Look at this network of connected professional profiles. When a platform detects unauthorized cross-account management, that entire client roster collapses instantly. In 2026, LinkedIn's detection framework maps linkages between accounts using shared IP addresses and browser canvas fingerprints. If multiple client accounts trace back to your agency's hardware, the system flags them all. To manage multiple clients safely, we need to build a completely isolated workstation. We will use Send.Win to create clean, parallel browser environments for each specific account. Before building this, you need two things: an active Send.Win account and explicit permission to use your client's exact login credentials. Setting up this specific architecture ensures that a single technical mistake on one profile will never expose your broader agency operations to a platform ban. Let's draw a strict line between what we isolate and what we don't. Personal client profiles require their own separate sandboxes, while company pages do not. Creating a second duplicate profile to act as your agency's master account is a direct terms of service violation. You also cannot rely on your browser's incognito mode. Private tabs clear cookies, but they still transmit your true IP address and underlying hardware characteristics straight to the platform servers. The only compliant workflow is logging directly into the client's actual personal profile, using their native credentials inside a dedicated technical sandbox. Trying to stay perfectly within policy guidelines is a good start, but hard technical separation at the browser level guarantees those client accounts remain untethered from each other. Open the Send.Win dashboard, create a new session, and name it specifically after your client so you can track the routing. Launch that new session. A fresh tab opens, and this is where you enter the client's specific login credentials for the first time. This diagram illustrates what Send.Win is doing in the background. It takes the cookies generated by that specific login and encapsulates them within a solid boundary line, preventing that data from leaking onto your host machine. As that boundary expands, the platform generates a completely unique hardware fingerprint. It assigns the specific tab a fresh canvas hash, a distinct WebGL configuration, and a different set of screen specifications. This new configuration deflects tracking algorithms trying to profile your device. The external servers read a completely different machine identity instead of your actual hardware. Close the tab, then reopen it from the dashboard. You will remain logged in, proving the session state is persistent and fully functional. You can now keep this client's feed open right next to a standard browser window running your own personal profile. That cryptographic separation ensures LinkedIn sees these two adjacent windows as distinct devices operating in different locations, removing any risk of cross-contamination. Once the sandbox is built, you need a way to let your team work inside it. We handle this using the session sharing feature. Select the client session you just built and enter the email address of the team member responsible for that specific account. Look at this interface showing a team member's view. They receive immediate access to the fully loaded social feed the moment they open the shared link. Notice that there are no login prompts or password fields anywhere on the screen. The team member operates the account without ever handling the underlying credentials. If that team member changes roles or leaves your agency, you return to the dashboard and revoke their access with a single click. Sharing account access without exposing passwords protects your client's primary security layer while completely eliminating internal vulnerabilities. Now, step away from the Send.Win dashboard and open your primary personal LinkedIn profile in a standard browser tab. Have your client navigate to their company page, click on Admin Tools, and open the Manage Admin section. From there, the client assigns your personal profile the super admin role directly through the native interface. The platform's policies allow a single personal profile to administrate an unlimited number of company pages simultaneously. Understanding that company pages do not require technical isolation prevents you from building unnecessary workflows and keeps your operations efficient. Technical isolation hides your hardware footprint, but your behavioral velocity can still trigger automated restrictions. This graphic shows the strict numerical limits for 2026. A safe daily volume is capped at 15 to 25 connection requests and 80 to 100 profile views. If you configure your outreach tools to push past these specific boundaries, the algorithm detects the unnatural speed and places a temporary action limit on the profile. You must also avoid third-party tools that aggressively scrape user data. Operating outside the platform's sanctioned API constraints carries a high risk of permanent suspension. The sandboxed browser provides the necessary camouflage, but operating strictly within those numerical limits ensures your client's profile survives long-term. You now have the 3 operational pillars in place: isolated sandboxes for personal accounts, secure delegation for your team, and native control over company pages. To monitor the ongoing health of these managed accounts, track their social selling index, or SSI. Check that metric weekly. A consistent SSI score above 60 indicates the profile is actively reaching the right audience without triggering spam filters. Open the Send.Win dashboard right now and initialize the sandbox for your first client. Locking down this exact technical infrastructure transforms your agency from a fragile network into a highly secure,